Whatever mistakes I made, I paid for them and then some. That hotel, that boat.
Some films announce their greatness the moment they hit theaters, but The Shawshank Redemption wasn't one of them.
I want him found. Not tomorrow, not after breakfast, now!
Yes, sir!
When it came out in 1994, it didn't make much money and wasn't a big hit at first. But over time, people started talking about it, recommending it to others, and realizing that it was actually a really good movie. And today, it is sitting on top of almost every greatest movies of all time list.
Mr. Hadley, do you trust your wife?
Oh, that's funny. You're gonna look funnier sucking my dick with no teeth.
So what happened? How did a slow-burn prison drama from 1994 become one of the most beloved films ever made? And why do most refer to it as a life-changing movie? We are here to break it down, scene by scene, moment by moment, so let's get into it. Based on Stephen King's novella Rita Hayworth and Shawshank Redemption, the film was directed by Frank Darabont. It features Tim Robbins and Morgan Freeman in two of their most defining performances.
You ever catch on, though? He's gonna wind up in here wearing a number himself.
No, Red, I thought you had a little more faith in me than that.
On the surface, it may look like a prison drama about a wrongly convicted man. But beneath that surface, The Shawshank Redemption is a story about friendship, dignity, and the kind of freedom no one can take away. The film opens in 1947 and introduces Andy Dufresne as a reserved yet very intelligent banker. He is accused of murdering his wife and her lover, and even though he keeps saying he's innocent, the evidence piles up against him. So he's handed 2 back-to-back life sentences at Shawshank State Penitentiary.
Perhaps I could write the state senate and request funds directly from them.
As far as they're concerned, only 3 ways to spend the taxpayers' hard-earned when it comes to prisons.
Shawshank is no ordinary prison. It's a world of its own, and once inside, time seems to slow down. There, Andy meets Ellis "Red" Redding, played by Morgan Freeman, a guy who has already accepted life behind bars. Red is known as the inmate who can get you anything, from cigarettes to chess pieces, and he soon becomes Andy's closest friend. At first, Andy looks completely out of place. He's quiet, polite, and clearly not used to how rough prison life can be. But there's this calm strength in him that makes him stand out. While everyone else gives in to the hopelessness, he keeps his cool, learns the ropes, and little by little starts changing the world around him.
And then Andy says, Mr. Deacon, you want your sons to go to Harvard or Yale?
He didn't say that.
How did he begin to make the prison a better place? By doing what he does best, using his brain.
If you want to keep all that money, give it to your wife. The IRS allows a one-time only gift to your spouse for up to $60,000.
Bullshit. Tax-free?
Tax-free.
He gives a guard some financial advice that saves him a fortune in taxes. That act earns Andy protection from the guards, and, in time, a small degree of power within the prison. From there, his transformation begins, not as a criminal, but as a man who is determined to make his time useful, even behind bars. Over the years, Andy uses his financial skills to assist the wardens and prison staff launder money while pretending to manage Shawshank's accounts. But his real passion lies in the library. He starts with a few torn books and broken shelves. However, after years of constant efforts and countless letters to the state, Andy turns that run-down room into one of the finest prison libraries in New England. He teaches the inmates to read, helps them get high school diplomas, and gives them a reason to care again. In a place where defiance often comes with violence, he flips the script and uses education and compassion as his rebellion. Now, this might seem like the creators were trying to romanticize prison, but it's not. In fact, they make sure to remind us of the cruelty through characters like Brooks.
Stay back! Stay back outside!
What the hell's going on?
You tell me. Just 1 second, he's finding out come the knives.
The old librarian who is finally released after decades inside. But that freedom turns out to be too much. The outside world has changed, and Brooks can't keep up. So the reality swallows him, and his tragic death delivers one of the film's hardest truths that says, sometimes a man can become so used to his cage that freedom feels like a punishment. Through Brooks's story, the film shows us the fragile side of human spirit and how Andy is different. He refuses to give up, no matter what. In one of the most memorable scenes, he locks himself in the warden's office and plays an opera record over the loudspeakers. The music fills the prison yard, and every inmate stops to listen. And that single moment captures what the film really is about. The power of hope, even where it doesn't belong. Andy holds onto that hope for nearly 20 years and keeps on working for the warden while also planning his escape. When the warden's hypocrisy and greed finally catch up to him, Andy makes the move. One stormy night, he vanishes from his cell. The next morning, the guards walk in on an empty cell and a poster of Raquel Welch in 1 million years BC. Frustrated, one guard throws a rock at it, but it doesn't hit the wall. It disappears. Behind the poster is a tunnel that Andy had been digging for years, using the small rock hammer Red got him long ago. Every day he'd carry a pocketful of dirt to the yard and quietly scatter it. That night, he crawled through half a mile of sewage pipe and came out clean on the other side. And right there, in that moment, the image of Andy standing in the rain with his arms spread is one of cinema's most iconic shots. It's like a baptism, both literally and symbolically. A man starting fresh after years of quiet pain. And here's a fun bit of trivia. To make that moment feel real, Tim Robbins actually filmed it in freezing rain. That's real commitment. However, the story doesn't end with Andy's escape. Red still stays behind the walls, serving his time. When he is finally released after years, he follows the clues Andy left behind. It leads him to a big oak tree in a field, where he finds a letter and money left for him. Andy invites him to Zihuatanejo, a quiet coastal town in Mexico. The film ends with the reunion of Andy and Red, but it's more than that. It's about fulfillment. It's the realization of everything Shawshank stood for: friendship, hope, and the kind of freedom that outlives even the walls around you. What makes The Shawshank Redemption extraordinary isn't its plot, it's how it makes you feel. The story is simple, but the way it's told hits deep. Andy's journey shows that you can walk through hell and still come out with your spirit intact. And the friendship between Red and Andy, that's the heart of the film. It shows that sometimes hope doesn't always start inside you. Sometimes it grows because someone shares it with you. Through their bond, both men rediscover what it means to live, not just survive. Some even see a spiritual layer in the story. Andy's quite suffering. His kindness despite being wronged, and his rebirth through the tunnel and rain all mirror the idea of salvation. But what makes it brilliant is that the film never forces you to see it that way. If you catch it, great. If not, the story still works perfectly. However, ironically, a film that quite literally celebrates patience needed patience itself to be appreciated. When The Shawshank Redemption premiered, it struggled to find an audience. The title was confusing, and the poster of a man drenched in rain didn't explain much. To make things even worse, it was released at the same time as Pulp Fiction and Forrest Gump. And if you know the 90s cinema, those two were massive. So for many people, it was either Pulp Fiction or Forrest Gump. Shawshank was never even given a chance. But when it hit home video and cable television, everything changed. Viewers discovered it slowly, started recommending it to others, and the word of mouth turned it from a forgotten release into a cultural phenomenon. It received 7 Academy Award nominations, including Best Picture and Best Actor for Morgan Freeman, but won none. Still, it gained something much rarer than trophies, and that was longevity. Today, it is consistently called the GOAT and has been sitting at the top of IMDb's list for years. And even if you have never seen it, you most definitely would have heard the line, "Get busy living or get busy dying." Those were Red's closing words to Andy's quiet optimism, and now they are everywhere. From motivational quotes to Instagram bios. No shame with the bios. It deserves all the hype and acknowledgement. And remember, if Andy could crawl through half a mile of sewage and still come out smiling, you can probably survive another Monday. With that, we have reached the end of the video. If you have made it this far, it would honestly be rude not to subscribe. So go ahead, hit that red button. And if you have any more video recommendations for us, do tell us in the comments below. Like and share, and we'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye.